Hello!
Jasen, we finally got you on the show.
Took some doing.
How are you doing? I think what we need to do first are the opening titles, mate.
Yeah, go for it.
It was winning on your lap.
How it was doing? What? I'm really well. So you're into the beer at 11:30 on a Sunday morning?
Oh, shut up. If I was around Duncan's, we would have started about 6 in the morning.
Well, he hasn't stopped. He's just got back of his holidays, and I think he's been constantly on the booze.
Yeah, well, he said he hasn't. I just had a chat with him, actually, so we got an idea for another show, but I can't say nothing about that. He said we can't say nothing until whatever it is arrives. So, Jasen, when did you first get into scootering?
Oh, my goodness, this is going back some years. So my first desire to have a scooter was when I was probably about, I was thinking this other day, actually, probably about 8 or 9 year old. Quite topically, it's when the Iranian regime had just kicked off in all them years ago back in Iran. And it was a refugee who turned up at Gargrave on his scooter to play football for the local team. And he used to let me sit on it while they played football. And it was the first time I really got an attraction to scooters. It was a Rally 200 green electronic, funnily enough.
Be worth a few bob today.
It would be worth quite a few bob. Yeah.
So Rally 200.
Yeah, an old Rally 200, and I used to sit there and pretend to ride it for the entire 90 minutes until he got off, had a shower, and then buggered off back down to wherever he lived on it. Incidentally, It was closer than Iran. But yeah, so that was my introduction. And then the first scooter I ever had was part bought with a local kid in the village, and we bought a GP 150 that never actually run. We just used to spend most time pushing it up and down local street what we lived on, trying to get it going, which never really happened. The odd fart and pop, and that was about it.
So Vespa or Lambretta? I know you got both. What would you, if you only had one in your stable, Vespa or Lambretta?
Well, I've actually had a real clear out. I got rid of 3 scooters just before my ankle operation, and they're all Vespas. So all I've got at the moment is two GPs, which I love them. I just love Lambretta. I always have loved Vespa as well.
With the 2 that you got at the moment, so this is one of them.
Yeah, that's the RT.
This one I like because the leg shields, I measured them, and they are a centimetre wider than a standard one. It just gives a bit more meat on the bone, so to speak. So tell me about this one. Tell me what's in it. What is it?
Well, it's an RT 230, obviously Duncan built. It did originally come from Speedy Steve. We had a few issues to begin with, and then we had a bigger issue when Cyclone hit because everything got completely submerged. But after a total rebuild and many months later, it's actually really quickly become one of my favourite scooters. It is it's just so torquey and so just setting off from a low rev, and it's not super revvy, but it's super capable. And I'm actually really looking forward to doing a good long ride on it, because sometimes you get a scooter and you can ride along on certain scooters and you think, I don't feel like this is going to break down.
Yeah,
that's what it makes me. Especially
with that, is that one with a box on it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
I like that. That's a really nice, punchy.
Well,
people don't like riding behind you, Lex. That's very
well. To be fair, it actually does to my ears probably what it does to everybody else's, and it really, really does piss me off. They've got a really nasty clatter to them, and it actually it reminds me of Ceto Plus when you got the Ceto Pluses for scooters.
Yeah, I had
sorry for Vespa.
Yeah, I had a Ceto Plus on my LML. I like that sound. But anyway, carry on.
Oh, really? Oh, I couldn't stand it on Ceto or with this. So I'm possibly going to try. They do a larger end can for them that changes the actual sound of them. Yeah. So I'm hoping that might possibly. But the other thing is well.
Yep. Moving on. Next scooter, this one.
Little orange.
The one in the foreground is Speedy Steve's TS1225. This photo was taken in 2000 and 6, and the orange one was my old one.
Yeah.
And I got the headset for that, but you got the rest of it, and it did turn up in Auckland looking like this, didn't it?
It did. It did. It was a little bit of a a little bit of a basket case to begin with.
I was really surprised because I got the one next door to it, which when, as you said, when you ride, I rode that down the road and thought this one ain't for me, and I sold that Lambretta straight away. But
what, the orange one?
No, the other one, the white one.
Oh, right.
Yeah, these came up together. So tell me a little bit about the orange one. Then what's in that now?
So that originally, when Duncan, once again, Duncan built the first engine, and that originally was, and that was actually the first introduction back into Lambrettas in New Zealand. And Duncan built it, and it was built originally as a TS1, and it was a great scoot. But I remember one day in the shed and just started it up and just gave it a little bit of a tickle and revved it up, and the next thing, boom, and it had literally splattered the conrod right out the top of the engine. So then we redid that, and that became an RB 252, which is what it still is.
Okay.
And then the Cyclone, so that had to be completely rebuilt again. But to be fair, when it was rebuilt from Duncan, I reckon that's probably one of the best engines he's built. It really does run well.
Well, that's enough plug for Duncan. So your first, when I had it, I built a 185 in that, so that engine disappeared quite quickly. But anyway, back on track. What was your first scooter rally, and any memories on it?
I think probably I would have probably said either it will have been Nesbron, like short runs from being young, probably like 13, 14 when you turn up in on a bus.
Foot mod.
Well, yeah, but we all were to a degree until we hit 16, weren't we? And that's when
I jumped straight in at the age of 17 after I dumped my RD 250 and saw a Lambretta, but that's another story. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Most of my mates, people I know in the UK, were foot mods when I got a scooter, because you only had to be a year younger, and that was game over, eh? So anyway, So what would you say? Obviously, these are in the UK. What would have been what's your most favourite rally you've ever been to in the UK?
I would probably say there's actually a couple that stood out.
Go for it.
I reckon Morecambe was always good fun. I actually really enjoyed.
Really, I've never done Morecambe.
Morecambe was fab, but I did quite a few Morecambe's over years. I think actually Redcar, we once did one up to Redcar, which were quite funny. It was a little bit muddy, but that were good fun. That turned into a very youthful experience. But probably even Blackpool used to be we used to have some good runs over to Blackpool, you know.
So you weren't like, because most people I speak to go Great Yarmouth or Scarborough. So you're not in that tent then?
Yeah, Scarborough was probably Scarborough. Did I said Morecambe, didn't I, before? Sorry, I was thinking Scarborough.
Oh, you were thinking Scarborough.
I was actually, yes. Scarborough was such a great, because you had all that seafront which you could, and they kept us out of way a little bit. But yeah, probably Scarborough. Yeah. That was good fun. Sorry, I said Morecambe, didn't I? I was thinking Scarborough.
Did you go there in 1982?
I think it was either 82 or 83. One of them. I mean, I went 2 or 3 years on trot, I think. So it's quite possible that it will have been there. I do have a few pictures somewhere kicking about that did actually surprise cyclists.
We have a connection, obviously, in Duncan. I first bumped into Duncan near enough, most probably literally in 1982 at the scooter rally. I haven't got it loaded in the graphics to show you. I was going to plonk it up. I took a photograph. He's got it on his workshop wall, and I took that photograph of that lovely copper-plated and grey metallic Lambretta.
Yeah.
And who was standing opposite me? Duncan. Take the photograph.
I know.
We only met literally 14 years ago when I moved back here from the UK, and he knocked on my door, and he literally lived 7 minutes away. And I never met him before, and he only noticed that because I put it in the 1980 scooter group, scooter rallies on Facebook, and he went, "Oh, Gary, that's me in the." So yeah, but your connection goes back further. Give us a quick go how you met Duncan and how you know him and how far back you go.
Well, right back really. We're right back to early doors when we used to knock around in a scooter. Well, a scooter club called Twisted Minds, which were from Settle in North Yorkshire. I used to knock around with Settle Bunch. And Duncan, I have known Duncan probably from while I were probably about 13, 14 when I got to know him, and we were good friends until he just disappeared down here, which he'd have been about 20, early 20s.
Hang on.
That was lucky.
I was waiting.
It's the Yorkshire Gruffalo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, bloody Yorkshire. So, what do you got? Because you know what we're talking about, Duncan. What have you got to ask young Jasen here?
I can't say that on camera.
It's never held you back before.
No, I'm being polite now, mate.
Yeah. Hey, Dave. Good to see you back off your holiday, buddy.
Yeah, it's fucking cold.
Oh, mate, because you've been in some for a week, haven't you?
I know.
Back on track, lads. So, and you've had both again, Jasen.
Yeah.
4-stroke or 2-stroke?
Oh,
and you've had both as well. Vespa 4-stroke or not?
I don't have a stigma about 4-stroke Vespas.
Good.
Like a lot of people do. I'd be quite happy to have one if I thought I couldn't ride a scooter.
Yeah.
But while I still can, I definitely want to keep my 2-strokes. Even a doing Vespa 2-stroke is a nice scooter to ride. But we all know that you've not got reliability. We've not got reliability with them. So 4-strokes do have a place in my heart. But I'm happy on 2-stroke.
On that, what do you think over the years has spoilt the scene? It might not have done for you, but anything you think might have spoilt the scene?
What has spoilt the scene? Well, there's not much of a scene really anymore. Certainly not down here for us. I can't really answer for UK because they've still got quite a big scene.
Yeah.
I think what spoils any sort of historical growing up type memory is just not being able to do it as much as you used to do it.
Yeah, we slightly differ on that, as Duncan knows my point of view on that, but that is just a point of view again.
Look, and can I just say the other thing as well is the unfortunate thing with all our generation now, we're all in as late 50s, early 60s, and we're all grumpy bastards. We all get a little bit twined because people say things that shouldn't be said, but at the end of the day, we've all got those little quirky bits to us, haven't we?
I think on that side, a lot of it is the social media, isn't it? And the algorithm pushing you in certain directions. But anyway, I'm going to do some quick fire questions because Duncan's going to sleep.
Literally off as we speak.
And he's holding his gat in as well. So
no, I'm not drunk much while I was been away.
I know. Well, you don't look so bloated. See, that's another thing that happens to us as we get older. So
there you go.
And that's it. So there's Duncan with the camera.
Wow, right, it's mad, isn't it?
And
absolutely nuts.
And I took that photograph.
Unbelievable.
I know, when you leave the UK, it gets very small, doesn't it? So,
well, people say about, it's a small world in the scootering scene. But remember back then, you're talking 50 or 60,000 people.
What I like to do with this show is just get some of the memories down, because we are literally, it's like Teddy Boys. We are a dying breed because we're getting older and the kids aren't coming up and taking the baton like we did from the guys in the 60s.
Yeah.
When we're gone, that will be the end of this. So quick fire questions. Chrome or polished? One of my favorites because I was both.
I think I do like a bit of chrome, but polished isn't off the menu without a shadow of a doubt. The only thing with polish is you've got to repolish it, haven't you?
Yeah.
You know.
Right. Mirrors, yes or no?
No, unless you're shaving.
Yeah, exactly. Or you're a budgie. So original style paint doesn't have to be the original style paint or Muriel's and Flash custom job.
Well, can you go as far as saying something like an Arthur Francis is a mural? I don't know.
No. That's a good piece of art, that is.
I think that's where I'm at, and it always has been. Having said that, it is nice to walk past a scooter that's had a shed load of money spent on a paint job and admire it from afar, but don't touch.
Yeah.
Like Steve Irwin said about snakes, everybody, don't touch, else you get lots of money taken out of your wallet.
Me and Steve discussed that one yesterday on the other blog about I turned around and said some people just have too much money. I do like the Millie one that Al's got. That's sort of related, isn't it, to scootering?
Yeah,
that's probably Muriel.
It's got a history.
It has. But then which is good on a scooter, get another history. But when you completely throw chrome, all sorts, and every single inch of it's been engraved, it just, someone once said it looks like silver paper that's been scrunched up. Do you know what I mean? So that's that one. Yeah. That's that. Rallies or local rides? We haven't got much in the way of rallies out here, but back in the day, what would you rather have had? I've tried, Duncan, I've tried to put on a rally, but what would you, back in the day, shall we say, would you prefer, did you like the rides or the rallies?
Well, I mean, looking back, I mean, I was involved in scooter scene from an early age, right up to probably early 20s. And then I had a sabbatical for a good 10 years. So I didn't have a scooter for 10 years and then woke up one morning. So, it was all down to money when we were kids, wasn't it? Yeah. And whoever had the best job went to the most runs, scooter runs. So I suppose local ones, little ride outs, they call them now. I never heard that until about 10 years ago. They were important because you could afford them and they were local. But big runs were always an excitement, weren't they? You know, it was always that feeling when you first set off and you had that feeling of freedom inside you because you were just meeting up with like-minded people who love scooters. It was awesome.
I can't believe at the age of 17 and 18, I would go away for the weekend on an old Lambretta that I basically had to tinker with. And we had no AA, we had no cell phones, we had nothing. We just us mates together, and we just buggered off, and our parents didn't give a shit.
No.
You know, I remember when I was 18, no, I was 19, and I had my new GP 200 with all the crackle finish on it. And my mum go, "Where you going this weekend?" Bearing in mind I'm in Lowestoft, and Scarborough is 250 mile away. I went, "I'm off to Scarborough." She went, "Okay."
Yeah.
I'm 19 years old. And that's it. And who are you going with? Oh, we're just a bunch of mates. And that was it. We just buggered off. And if my son at the age of 18, 19 turned and said, I've got this old two-stroke Lambretta and I'm now buggering off doing 500-mile round trip, getting pissed as a newt when I get there and then coming home, I would have like, Tracy, no, my wife, Tracy, I think we need to stop him going. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But it was safer back then and there was less traffic on the roads.
Yeah, that's true. It was unusual, wasn't it? It was an unusual time in life where we never felt like we were, we never felt in danger anyway, did we? Not like today, I mean.
Hey, hold on, apart from the bikers.
Well, that's true. The Grebos, which this is an interesting question back to you two. I'm 59 now, galloping up to 59. But when a motorbike goes the other way or when I'm on my scooter or comes past me, I still have that little bit of a fucking Grebo attitude to me. And it's ridiculous. Because that pillock who's just passed me probably is in his 60s or 70s or whatever, and yet you still get
I use this either Grease or Grebo. We use Grebo as well. Problem with my hometown is we had the Outcasts, right? And the BBC even did a documentary on the Outcasts. They were not the nicest of people, and we got lots of trouble, but not from them, because I ended up, when a chrome plate metal polish, I did a lot of work for a guy called Tramp, who was the leader of the Outcasts at the time. Bloody lovely man. I got more trouble from the fucking idiots, the 125 boys.
Yeah.
Little bloody wannabes. They're the ones, they come beside you, stick their things off, and they're shooting off, and they're the ones that we didn't get on well with in our hometown. And when we went to rallies back then, you'd see the bikers going the other way on the motorway, but they'd all stick their hands up.
Yeah.
You know, because you're on two wheels. I still get it now when I go to work every day. There's always someone on the other side of the road, and they always give you the, because they do the out here, like that. I always get that, So, but it does. I agree with you sometimes.
They're going like that. They're going, fucking this.
Yeah, no, they must probably go, oh shit.
Well,
look at that yellow banana. Yeah,
but can I mention something though? What is interesting, because I live rurally in this little pub down thing, and how a lot of things change with modern day Lambrettas, especially because when the Grebos come, Harley riders go up here, and if I'm ever setting off on my Lambretta, obviously I've got the red mist, so I want to get past them. And the amount of smiles and chuckles when I do pass them and I pull up at the road end and they might finally catch me up. They're all intrigued. They're all intrigued to think, how the fucking can the scooter go so fast?
Do you know what? My biggest thing I get, because it's an auto, it's fast off the mark. You get the big motorbike come next to me, boom, 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 doing all that business. And then, because I'm really quick on the light, and I'm just right, I'll just leave him. And then the light goes, before it's even had a chance to have a flicker of green, I'm gone. And there's changing into first gear. Yeah. And then what they do when you're on the motorway, they then make a point going about 140k an hour past you, which I could possibly do on mine, but I don't, because I don't want a speeding ticket. But they hate it when you leave them on the mark. Then you get the other side when you're on the motorway, and I see a motorbike up front. I always have the music in my head, like a Spitfire. I'll just wait just at the right moment, and then I'll just and go past them. They fucking hate that. Yeah. They hate the fact that a scooter will overtake them as if it shouldn't do.
Exactly.
That's the reason I do it.
They're not laughing when you get past them, though, are they?
No, I know. And then because obviously, if it's a patch gang or something, they got their red shoes on, I just stay well back and don't bother. But even then, even the gangs will, on the other side of the road, they do the nod sometimes. If they want to, It's just it's the youngsters that always peed me off. They were the ones that just annoyed the shit out of me. And they'd be the ones now that have got cars and haven't even rode a bike in 30, 40 years. Anyway, Duncan, you got anything else to ask this young gentleman you know?
When you're coming up?
No, just don't ask that. He'll talk for 10 minutes.
It might be sooner than you think.
Good.
But look out of your front window.
Yeah, not in this rain, mate.
Hey, Gary, you said you were going to ask some more questions. So
I did. I asked them. The last one, all on my list, the last one was, and don't lie, more importantly for Duncan and Gary's Sunday workshop, beer or a cup of tea?
Well, I'm completely off the beer now, but if that wasn't the case, it would come first without a shadow of a doubt. But yeah, I'm not drinking at all now. So not even a cup of tea, a nice cup of Sprite.
Fuck this full of sugar.
On that note, you can get a Sprite, not a Sprite, it tastes like a Tango, but it's 6% volume. You seen him in the supermarket? I love Tango, but I dare not.
The little orange man.
Getting pissed on Tango.
Hey, one of the questions that I think I heard you said to Steve yesterday, I'm surprised. This is why I was asking what was on the list, because you said what was your all-time favourite scooter.
Yeah, what is your what is your all-time favourite scooter?
The Little Devil.
Little Devil, but specifically.
Well, back up. What's the Little Devil?
It was a small frame Vespa 100, which was such
Primary or something like that.
But leave me with it. My favourite scooter, which if money was no object and I could have it, would be the Noricur scooter, the little small frame racing scooter. The little green, the one in the Kawasaki colours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Noriko had. Phenomenal.
I watched in 1982 or 1 Noriko racing at Snetterton Racetrack. There you go.
Yeah.
Useless
Incredible.
information.
Nobody could stay with him, could they?
Nah, I think he was on an AF, It was a red and black cut AF. Yeah.
Oh, if it were Noriko, he'd be on his Vespa small frame.
Sure. Well, I've got a picture of him somewhere.
Yeah, majority of his, all his racing were really done on Vespa.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, we've lived in the generation of Arthur Francis, haven't we? Who
revolutionised scootering.
Absolutely. I mean, he will still be the benchmark that all the ones, even though the ones that have created stuff superior now.
That was going to lead me on to your best supplier of stuff back in the day. And again, AF, I went to buy an AF box off him, the big ball box.
Yeah.
For my then brand new Punjabi scooter. And they accidentally sent me a Fresco exhaust, which is an early prototype. Oh, and I looked at it because I just wanted an AF box, with a reverse cone on it. Up. I wanted one of them. That arrived. I was the first one to have one in the area, and I put it on the scooter, and it was such a nice sound because it was just so different. I mean, it did pig shit when it came to being an expansion, but it looked the bee's knees.
Yeah.
And that's what, for me, it's all been about, is about looking the bee's knees and not speed like Duncan likes.
But you see,
that's only now.
If I suddenly got mine up to 240 or 250, so I could keep up with Duncan, which I can't because my scooters aren't that fast. Well, apart from the auto, he'd then make it even bloody faster. So the only way I can keep up with him is on the corners.
Do you know what? I'm in a situation now where I can't start them very easy because of my bloody ankles. So I'm going to splash out. I'm going to get electric starts.
Yeah. She's doing them, eh?
Yeah. That's what I'll get. And hopefully I can squeeze another 4 or 5, 6 years or whatever it'll be.
I find it strange that Lambretta didn't develop. They were very inventive, weren't they? I mean, they ever had the 2-cylinder, but I remember going to buy, I think it was an LD. It was an LD 150 in someone's garden, and we didn't like LDs back then, so I didn't buy it. But he said it's got an electric start on it, and it had an electric start on the LD. So I don't know why they didn't develop them into the LIs, the GPs, SXs, and TVs.
Yeah, it's because it was cost. It was cost, and they started pulling all costs from stuff because they were run on basically with no money.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of foolishness, wasn't there, within Ascenti, I think. They should have been like Piaggio are now.
Yeah, I know.
World domination with scooters.
It's a shame that they was at 71. They just brought out the electronic ignition, and I look. In all honesty, today they'd be having autos the same as any others, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they would.
Especially if they'd have sold to Lamborghini.
What?
Especially if they would have sold to Lamborghini.
Oh,
God, can you imagine? Who owns the name now? Who actually, was it a Chinese company? Or?
They're not even Lambretta. It's just a name, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, they are the most worst insult to a Lambretta ever.
What, the new Lambrettas?
Yes. Well, they don't even look like a Lambretta, right?
No.
I mean, it's bad enough you got Royal Alloy and Scamadi and just basically copy them. Although I did ride a Scamadi, didn't I, Duncan? That 125.
Yeah.
Because when we were in our teens, we weren't fully shot up, but I'm 6'1" now, so you going on that Scamadi, I had over 50,000 views. That did back in 10 years ago when that came out.
Stuart.
I took it for a test ride. But
look,
the point being, they're just slightly bigger for our height, which is good.
Yeah.
Just shame they were all plastic.
I've got to say, more I look at the new incarnation of Royal Alloy, more I actually like them.
Yeah, I do.
Would I have one?
Yeah.
If I had the money and I could still keep me scooters in there, and of course I would. Why not?
If we had them here, I would prefer that over my GT 300.
Yeah.
Because it's still it is in fitting, and they are steel bodied or aluminium bodied, and they're not plastic. You know, so they're more in fitting with how I would like my scoots. Look, don't get me wrong, I do like my 300, but if I had a choice, and I heard in the wind that they're looking at developing the 400 now, aren't they? So
Vespa.
No, not Vespa. Vespa, aren't
Royal Ally.
Royal Ally. Yeah. I did hear that actually.
Vespa's only just brought out a 310 for God's sake.
Yeah, no.
So why they went 310? You know what they did with the 310?
Well, it's not actually 310, and your 300's not 300.
It's in the 300 is 280 in it or something.
No, my 300 is a 277, right? And all they've done is upgraded the top end, so they still kept the same bloody engine. They just upgraded the top end to call it a 310.
Yeah.
So that's most probably a 300, and mine's a 277.
Yeah, but you see, you think about how can they afford not to just drag one design of an engine out for as many years as they can, because they can't afford it. They can't afford to be, which is a shame, you know.
What we didn't discuss, and you can join in on this one, Duncan, what has spoiled the scooter scene? I don't just mean here, everywhere. What has spoilt it?
Money.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Duncan. Spot on.
Yeah,
money.
probably. Yeah, probably. Yeah, stuff costs an awful lot of money. I mean,
no, people with money.
Yeah.
People with money.
Yeah.
Or people at our age that have early payouts, retirement, stuff like that, just going out and spending money. That's what's hammered the price of scooters up.
Yep, absolutely.
But now,
they're
all dropping back.
Yeah, but have you noticed recently some of the stuff coming up for sale though in UK, and like there were a nice GP the other day, and that looked like it might go, and it was like a fairly doing thing, and it's like 2,300 quid, which is not cheap, but it's not much to say that things are, and we've all predicted, haven't we, when we're coming to the end of there's going to be an awful lot of Lambrettas that are pretty doing that. Are just up for nothing.
There'll be like a lot of other things in the future when we're of an age where people won't be riding them. They'll end up just in cafes and places like that.
Absolutely.
Anyway, and they'd be practically worthless. Because
that's what
only the odd collector will have them.
Yeah, there'll be people buying them on a wing for next to nothing and sticking them in the garage, and then another 30 years when a little bit of a craze starts again. Because this is what crazies do.
Won't be allowed on the road, mate. Won't be, with all these admissions and all this green bullshit from the loony lefties. There will be no two strokes on the road anywhere. They won't allow it. They won't allow it.
I think the green thing's just about shag now. I think we're going into such a different trajectory of what we've been experiencing. So come on, get on them two strokes and get some shit in there.
All right, on that note,
I'm up to start every scooter in garage now. I'll leave them running for the next 24 hours.
Your Lambrettas won't be running for 24 hours.
Well, I suppose that's a good point. I can't even kick them over.
All right, on that note then, you got anything left to say, Duncan? Anything at all?
Nah.
No. Oh,
I'm still on holiday mode.
What we didn't discuss was this, not the scooter, the brand.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Oh, Fenny, baby.
And there's a younger version of you.
Look,
well, certainly a fatter version of me.
So, obviously, I've still got the scooter, but I haven't got the engine. That was a Panasco 190 Duncan built for me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I remember that vividly.
Fenwick's. Basically, Fenwick's. You are our only ever sponsor on Duncan and Gary's Sunday Workshop. That goes back 10 years.
And then I remember you looking, and then you'd bought some WD-40 or something, hadn't you? And put it next to it.
He had it given.
Oh, I did, given.
And then I remember the story you said when you used to go around knocking on people's doors because this product was friendly. You used to spray it in your hand and then lick your hand and go, look.
I did it. I did it once, and that was in a shop. Where was that? I could be in a shop in Wellington.
But the problem being, me and Duncan did it on one of our bloody shows.
I didn't say it was enjoyable. It is bloody disgusting. I wouldn't recommend it, but it won't kill you. That's what my selling ploy was. And unfortunately, that particular day, I got held to actually have to spray it in. Didn't enjoy me with lunch afterwards. That's for sure.
Showroom finish.
There it is. Look.
Showroom finish. That's no longer an item now. We've done away with it.
Oh. I'll do you one last plug, only because I actually like the engine and what Duncan did and my little bit and that.
Is it still alive? Is it still running, that engine?
Yeah,
no.
shit, yeah.
So
Gary,
that light,
Gary Watson's got it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That light is the bottom of the frame turned upside down, and Duncan did a very crude on purpose weld on it.
Yeah.
So I've still got that, and the engine you donated to me, the 150. I'm gonna get Duncan at some point to build a new engine for it, and then I'm gonna do a nice little metal flake on the actual scooter.
Yeah.
So that will be my last respray custom job. Subtly done, of course, no murals, but nice subtly done. But I'm sorry, I'm gonna have
do you know that's a female?
What?
Muriel. You mean mural? Mural.
Yeah, I've never been with
Muriel.
Never been with a
Muriel. Sounds like something off Rolling Fools and Horses, doesn't it?
It's not
One
Ozzy
last
Bird,
thing.
Muriel's wedding film.
What's going on here?
Oh my God! You've stole these off my Facebook, haven't you? That actually.
I've been on your Facebook, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah, that was when we were building my house that I'm sat in now. And
but you're a big mountain bike fan. That was what I was trying to get to.
I was for many years. I did a good 30 years on saddle, and that was my whole life for many years with mountain biking.
You're sort of in similar lines with Steve Clapton, who was on yesterday, because this is his fetish.
Oh, BMX. Yeah, I remember the BMX thing. Hey, it's funny actually. I heard you speaking about the Mini.
Look at the DT in the background. That's a nice little machine, that is.
Yeah. That Mini that you see I actually know where there's a Mini stuck in a garage. I can get it for maybe $1,000 or $2,000, and it's actually pretty solid as well. When you brought up what you were saying about you could put, it'd be nice to pick a cheap Mini. I'm sure I could pick this one up for a couple of grand, and it's not that rotten. It's a little bit on boot and stuff.
Yeah, I'm saying yesterday I wouldn't mind another Morris Minor van, and one came up for $100, but he said the engine's not working. And not just like any machine you buy that's old, you could get a Lambretta like my fucking Rally Master, Duncan? And you get one complete. You get one complete, and then you spend. I figured that's gonna. The time I paid Duncan and all the bits and things and
don't mention the war.
That's going to cost around 10 bloody grand for a 1961 bloody Lambretta. I've never spent so much. I have nightmares about it. I think I should go around.
I've still got it.
I know. I should go around and punch the guy on the nose.
Guys, can I just have one preach? We're in Sniper's Alley. We're in Sniper's Alley. Who gives a shit about it? Just, I used to have a mate who used to say, you're always in debt. He also had a bit, and he said, Jess, I look at it this way. If I die and I've got 100 quid in bank, I've lost. If I owe 100 quid, I've won.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. All right. On that note, we better say cheerio. We're just waffling on now, and we've been going 38 minutes.
Hasta luego.
Good to chat, Jason. I'll see you soon, Duncan. And I never liked you anyway. All right. Ta-da.
Speak to you later, guys.
See you, bye.
Ta-da.